Welcome to another session of Viewpoints Plus. Be ahead in the industry. Be a Microsoft specialist. I'm going to be your host for today, Therese Makasaet from the BA Communication Program, and you will learn with me about MCL's Microsoft Office Specialization for this morning, because after our viewpoints this afternoon, we are hoping our viewers will be motivated to be a Microsoft Office specialist, because we will be joined by esteemed individuals who are well versed in our topic for today. Good morning to our viewers from Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. Before we hear from our guests for this afternoon, let's talk about MCL. Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School is a top-performing school in the South, offering senior high school and college education in the fields of science, technology, engineering, business, the arts, and maritime education. With our excellent board and certification exam passing rates and outstanding reputation in local and national competitions, MCL is in constant pursuit of its vision to become a global staple of excellence. At MCL, learning is driven by technology. With our physical and virtual learning environments, we empower and nurture you to acquire the skills, knowledge, and values that will enable you to launch your career of choice and become a globally competitive professional. We have blended learning tools available at your disposal, enabling a whole new level of collaboration and engagement among your mentors and peers. Part of MCL's mission is to contribute to the solution of industries and society's problems through the expert application of knowledge. MCL takes this to heart, with faculty members and students coming together to serve the community while learning and to initiate community engagement through sustainable efforts. At MCL, students are enabled to grow holistically. Learning is not confined within the four walls of your classroom. Through extracurricular activities, students can also experience hands-on learning and leading. Even in the midst of the pandemic, MCL, in partnership with various departments, student councils, and organizations, is constantly reaching out to students, holding activities that provide a respite from schoolwork. The institution is also an advocate of mental health, with seminars, webinars, and forums on the topic being held regularly by the Center for Guidance and Counseling. We also make it a point to check up on students and employees regularly, encouraging the community to reach out to them as necessary. MCL is able to do all of these through Mapua University's world-renowned educational heritage that is deeply embedded in our DNA. This is the same DNA that you will be equipped with, enabling you to excel, lead, and innovate in a changing society through academic programs preferred by both international, local, and local industries. MCL received a 5-star rating for employability, guaranteeing students employment and an exceptional level of competence after graduation, a 4-star rating for facilities, ensuring access to a smart campus and advanced learning system, and 3-star ratings for social responsibility and inclusiveness, allowing them to contribute to society through problem solving. MCL's quality management system, with the integration of its program offerings, is certified compliant to the latest version of ISO 9001-2015. This is proof that MCL has built an effective framework to always keep the students' best interests in mind. MCL is granted autonomous status through CHED Memorandum Order Number 12, Series of 2019, enabling the institution to create new programs and engage in internationalization as needed by students. Now, that was all about Malayan Colleges Laguna, but we will hear from one of our guest speakers. This Viewpoints Plus will help you learn how to upskill and get ahead in the industry by earning a Microsoft Office Specialist certification. Open to all students, working professionals, or industry partners and employees. To our viewers, I would like to remind you that we will have a Q&A portion to discuss more about this, to discuss your questions or queries that you may have after hearing from our guest speaker from this afternoon. Don't be shy later to send in your questions on the comment section, and I will happily read it for you for our guest speakers to answer. And now I open the floor to the Director of Institute for Excellence in Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, Mr. Elvis C. Abellera, for his opening remarks.
Hello, good morning, everyone. MCL alumni and MCL students, we thank you for joining us in our Viewpoints Plus. Viewpoints Plus, if you can check it, we have right now Viewpoints, right? But right now we do have also Viewpoints Plus. Viewpoints Plus is all about our certification program, the short courses in Malayan Colleges, Laguna. And if you can see in our website at mcl.edu.ph, we can see here our certification program. So in that sense, you can also see Microsoft Office Specialists, our initial short courses and our initial certification program for MCL. We will have upcoming certifications in the future, but we are now concentrating on the Microsoft Office Specialist. So this is under the IXL, the Institute for Excellence in Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. And I'm Elvis Abellera, the IXL Director. So you would be in touch with me or in the office of IXL for all the questions and queries on certification program of MCL. Marami pa to, no? Marami pa. Meron pa tayong Huawei, meron pa tayong mga other, may Coursera pa tayo, and LinkedIn Learning. So marami pa yan, no? And we're just tayo lang ay nagko-concentrate pa sa Microsoft Office, our flagship, no. So in our side, MCL mission and vision, as Therese already stated a while ago, we would like to give you to provide you the learning environment that would transform you, our students, into globally competitive professionals. In that sense, we would like to open you, and offer you and give you access to certification programs because they are up to date. And the objective of our certification program is that it's to help prepare students, alumni, to be equipped with the right skills and aptitude that employers are now looking for. Yun naman talaga na ngayon ang hinahanap. Kasi usually we have the pandemic right now, di ba? And all of us are online. But who will vouch for our skills? Who will vouch for our learning? If we do certification, the companies, the employers are sure that you are properly certified and you have the right skills. And if you pass, then it is a testimony that you have the skills to perform such specific tasks. And to make available to you, students and alumni, globally recognized, up-to-date certifications, self-paced trainings, of course, at discounted prices. If you would engage directly to the internet and to the provider, medyo mahal yan, no? But because we are an institution, discounted ang mga prices in the mga prices that we are giving you. And certification demonstrates, actually, if you are certified, when you have relevant certificates, you're demonstrating several things to current hiring managers. First, that you take your career seriously enough to spend time and money to become better at your work, di ba? Talagang nakikita nila na, oh, dedicated tong employee ko na to or itong gusto kong i-hire. Yan. Second, that you have expert knowledge not everyone will possess. Of course, add-on yan eh. That's why it's an upskilling. Add-on yan. Hindi yan lahat meron. So, it's an advantage to you. And third, that you prove your knowledge and experience through the process of earning the certification. Meaning, you will go to the learn, practice, and certify, the examination environment on how to be certified. So, dadaan kayo sa ganoong proseso. And of course, we would like not only give you diploma, but we also would like you to flash your badges, no? Kung meron kayong mga Microsoft Office Associate, Specialist Associate, o kaya Certified Associates in Adobe and others, marami pa yung other certifications that we would be providing. So, why not, di ba? Parang ipagmalaki natin what the skills. And you can actually put it there in your LinkedIn accounts, di ba? So, pwede nyo siyang ipagmalaki. Yan. Because they are globally recognized. Certification programs, we have this, what we call the prior learning assessment. Before you go through, di ba? In your graduate degree, postgraduate degrees, no, certificate, maganda kung meron na tayong mga skills na na-develop in our portfolio. At of course, pang-promotion din yan, di ba? Lalo na sa mga alumni, no? May mga trabaho na, pang-promotion din yan. And sabi nga, you would be, it's a testament that you are serious in developing your skills, at you are serious in upskilling, no? Yung inyong mga gustong itulong na sa industry, which is our second, no? Second mission. And MCL through IXL, together with our partners, no? We would like to not only be a diploma provider, but also globally recognized giver of the globally recognized certifications provider, no? Hindi lang kami diploma provider, but we are also provider of globally recognized certifications. Yan. Our partner here is a Microsoft APAC Education Global Training Partner of the Year 2020, Best Future Ready Skills Industry Certifications. Ang partner po natin ay Odentes Technologies. Yan. And yun nga, in the future, globally recognized certifications student must possess in the new normal. Microsoft, yan, marami yan. Adobe, marami rin yang individual certification, Autodesk certification, Intuit, QuickBooks, yan sa finance. Ito naman yung Entrep, small business, communication skills for business, ICT, digital literacy for IT. We have also the cybersecurity, virtual reality, meron din. And also yung Apple development, app development. So, and many more to come. Yan. So, ready lang kayo. And quality certification, we have. Certification is handled by the world-renowned Certiport, a Pearson VUE business full, duly recognized by companies all over the world. So, sila yung gumawa ng mga certification exam fitted for each industry. And for this one is Microsoft. And certificates are signed by the executives of the company, globally recognized. And you can access to geometrics training, practice software. In this sense, gusto ko lang i-emphasize ito. No? It would be emphasized later on that you would learn and you would be practicing in an environment that mimics yung actual certification. Hindi na kayo mahihiya, hindi na kayo kakabahan, hindi na kayo para magdadalawang isip pa na mag-take ng certification exam kasi na-practice nyo na eh. Di ba? Kaya maganda itong na to. And complete mode of delivery, learn, practice to LearnKey, practice to geometrics, and certified through Certiport. Yan yung mga, kompleto siya. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya ay bundled. Bundled meaning, andyan na yung learning, andyan ang practice, at kasama na ang certification exam. So at the end of this, ang end in mind natin, certified na kayo. So hindi na kayo magbabayad pa uli ng panibago na para lang ma-certify. Ito kompleto na siya. Kompleto na ito, that's why it's called bundled. No? Isa-isa lang, kung Excel, kung PowerPoint, kung Word, at saka kung Outlook Associate. Yan, isa-isa lang siya. Ang sinasabi nating bundle dito ay yung learning, practice, then kasama na ang certification. Complete na siya. So I hope that's clear. No? And of course, we would like to thank you for engaging right now this Saturday, no? Saturday ngayon. Salamat sa pag-engage sa amin, and we hope that you engage with us sa MCL. Yun, sa certification program natin through IXL. We hope that you engage with us. Marami pang mga trainees you would like to ask about. Kung you are interested in, sabihin nyo lang sa mga colleagues ninyo, sa mga kasamahan ninyo, that there are certifications now available. So you can contact me, of course, through my email account. Of course, yung official email account of MCL, ecabellera.mcl.edu.ph. Yan. So, thank you for joining us today. Keep engaged. And we will have a surprise for you before the question and answer, sabi nga ni Therese. So participate and you'll be surprised at the end. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis, for your warm welcome. We learned about the discounted certification programs that MCL offers, which is, like you said, a helpful add-on for the work ventures of our students, alumni, and employees. It's also really great that it's not only open to students. The MCL employees can also have the discounted prices of our certification, and that will also benefit their work experience at MCL as well. And para rin sa ating mga alumni. So I hope may mga alumni tayo na nanonood dyan. Comment down below if you're here. And yeah, you can look into the certification programs of MCL to see kung ano pa yung iba nilang ino-offer. And now, moving forward, we'd like to share with you some of the testimonials from our first batch of completers of the Microsoft Office Specialist certification program at MCL, to flash her badges and to give us a background about what it's like to be one of the Microsoft Office Specialists. Let's hear from Ms. Ira Q. Ladines.
I work as a full-time quality analyst at the Office for Quality Management of Malayan Colleges, Laguna, a Mapua school. I recently took the Microsoft Office Specialist Excel Associate certification through MCL certification program offerings that they recommend to their students, alumni, industry partners, and employees. I enrolled in the Microsoft Office certification program to upskill my technical competencies to industry associate level. Part of my work as an analyst is to extract data and generate reports related to quality assurance and assessment. In line with this, my Excel Associate certification helps me to use the application more efficiently in analyzing data and creating comprehensive reports to help assist in the decision-making of our department and of the institution as a whole.
Thank you very much, Ira, for sharing us your testimony of what it's like to be a Microsoft Office specialist. And the certification that you got from MCL. She said that her skills, she upscaled her technical skills when it comes to preparing reports. And guys, you may likely be like Ira, no? Ira, after getting the certification program from MCL, because marami talaga siyang perks eh. You can use it for work, you can use it even for yourself for personal use, because you will know the in and outs of the Microsoft Office, the different Microsoft offices, and yeah, you can have an in-depth knowledge of how you can maximize or optimize it. So now, thank you once again. Thank you to our now certified Excel associates who shared their valuable experience as they became ahead in the industry. We are going to welcome our guest speaker for this afternoon, who will give us an overview about the Microsoft Office specialization. I will now give the floor to the co founder and general manager of Adentis Technologies Incorporated, Mr. Francis Hernandez.
Okay. Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so my name is Francis from Adentis Technologies, and I'd like to thank you all for spending your Saturday morning with us. And I'll be discussing a couple of things about certification that can help you. Number one, to potentially improve your credential. And at the same time, we'll give you some tips and advice how this certification programs of MCL can at least help you secure maybe potential job opportunity or have that edge over other applicants. Okay. So today I'll be discussing upskilling and certification program. Okay. So maybe some of you are asking, Sir Francis, what is certification? Is it something that I attend a webinar or I attend a seminar, then after the session, if I get the attendance, I'll get certified? Um, no, that's not the case. Okay, so the certification, it's like a journey. No, it's like a short class, no, that you attend, and with a specific time frame. After that, you need to take an assessment, and you need to pass it before you can claim your certification. Now, to walk you through about the certification program that MCL is providing, so we are particularly I'm showing you numerous number of certification, but I need to focus on one certification because the topic today is focusing on Microsoft certification. But beyond Microsoft certification, we have numerous number of certification program that students or maybe alumni or maybe professionals can take. So we have here on our screen is number one, Microsoft certification. That's the one of the best seller certification here in the Philippines. Second is we also have Adobe certification. So those interested graphic designers or maybe into creatives. So we have an option of taking Adobe certification. This is the complete suite of Adobe. So we have numerous number of programs under Adobe. So like Photoshop, we also have Adobe Premiere and many others. Now, on the other hand, we also have other certification program like Autodesk, digital literacy, entrepreneurship, Swift. This is more of programming in Apple. And then at the same time, Intuit. Okay, this is ideal for ABM students. This is focusing on accounting, particularly QuickBooks. Then we also have data security, Unity, communication skills for business, project management, and other IT certification. Okay, so we have numerous number of certifications in place. Now, to let you know also, maybe you're asking, Sir Francis, who will provide the training? And at the same time, how can we ensure that the quality of the training will be met when it comes to right now, because it's pandemic, everything is online. So how can we guarantee that the quality of training will still be there? Okay, so the training provider who will give the full training to MCL is basically our company, Adentis Technologies. So we were awarded by Microsoft APAC or Asia Pacific as the Global Training Partner of the Year back in 2020 under the category of industry certification. So from our end, you are guaranteed that you will receive the best training approach. And at the same time, we're not guaranteeing a 100% passing rate, but we are giving at least a high chance of passing. Okay. So who are our partners? Maybe you would ask, Sir Francis, who are your partners? Is it only MCL? Are you also in partnership with government? Are you also in partnership with private institutions? Yes, we are. So we have numerous number of partners. I can't place all their logos here, but these are the main partners that are currently getting programs from us, like certification programs. The other list of schools, because there are numerous number of schools, so I cannot download all their logo and place it here. But again, we have MCL, and at the same time, we have Lenovo, and a hardware partner. We also have Microsoft, like Microsoft Philippines, is also getting services from us. Even DepEd and other institutions in the Philippines, both academic and private. Okay, so the next question, maybe some of our audience in Facebook or maybe in YouTube right now are asking, Sir Francis, why should we get certified? What's the benefit of certification? Okay, so the benefit of certification, let me play a video. Okay, so our team will play a video. It's roughly around 2 minute video that will talk about Microsoft certification. So please watch our video and see the content. Okay. Then later you can post your reaction in Facebook and in YouTube. Okay. So please watch our Microsoft video.
No matter which career path you intend to pursue, the goals you set out to achieve, the job title you might earn, or the legacy you will leave, Microsoft proficiency is a valuable skill that will make you shine in a crowd of applicants. With more than 13 million potential workforce candidates and more than 400,000 jobs requiring Microsoft expertise in the United States, Microsoft certifications give people the power and the tools to chart their own course, fulfill their ambition, and realize their full potential. In fact, staffing agencies report candidates with certifications are 50% more likely to be hired full-time and receive an average of 10 to 15% higher wage. 91% of hiring managers consider employee certification as a criterion for hiring. 85% of supervisors report that certified employees are more productive and require less supervision. 86% of hiring managers say IT certifications are a priority. 89% are more satisfied at work. And Microsoft Office was the leading software package called out within the top 20 skills across representative occupations, coming in at number 3 on the IDC research list. These are just a few statistics that validate that Microsoft certifications give you the tools to build a brighter future. Start creating your own path and prepare yourself for a successful career with industry certifications that are globally recognized and the only certifications with Microsoft's stamp of approval. It's not just about getting the job. It's about enjoying the job.
Okay. So that was the video about Microsoft certification. I don't know if you can recall all those numbers, but I'd like to highlight three main things about the benefit of certification, particular on professionals or maybe alumni or maybe some of our parents that's watching right now in Facebook or in YouTube. So I'd like to highlight three main benefits. So number one is professional development. Okay. So we know for a fact that in the corporate setting, you never stop learning. You need to improve your competency, improve your skill set at the same time, acquire new knowledge and skills. Next benefit would be competency validation, because at the end of the day, people can claim they're good at this, they're good at that, but the HR or maybe the manager will ask, "What's your proof? What at the end of the day, what's your like hard evidence or hard proof that you can really say that you are good at this, maybe in using Microsoft technology or you are proficient in using these kinds of system." So certification or the badge that you will earn at the end of the program can validate your level of competency. And lastly, professional branding. So those individual or student or maybe alumni or maybe parents who would want to build their portfolio as early as now, like in Microsoft or maybe in the future in Adobe and Autodesk, you may do so. But again, these are the benefits: personal development, professional development, competency validation, and lastly, personal branding. Now, maybe again, some of our students here or maybe some of our audience watching particular students might ask, Sir, you've mentioned benefit for the parents, benefit for the alumni, and benefit for the working professional. But how about us students? What's our main benefit? So the benefit among students, don't worry, you still have a good benefit about certification. So what is that benefit? Okay, so for students, particular on the graduating batch, so this is the main benefit. Number one, upon passing the examination, you can join the MOS national and worldwide competition. Okay, so there's a yearly competition of Microsoft. So this is not just done locally. You can even go to the worldwide stage and compete with other countries about the use of the application, and potentially, no, that companies might give you like job opportunity because you're good at using these kinds of application. Okay, so that's one. Another one is increase hiring potential. Okay, again, what we are stating here is increase hiring potential. We are not saying here guaranteed hiring potential. Those are two different terminologies. Okay, so at the end of the day, you can be certified, but you need to also be good at, especially particularly on your interview. Okay, so what we are saying here is to increase the hiring potential. So employers would actually look at your credential, review your credential, then eventually consider you as part of their shortlist. Okay. Then the third part is improves technical competency. Okay. At the end of the day, because whenever some students are hearing the word technical competency, they're thinking maybe that's intended for IT, maybe that's intended for engineers, maybe that's intended for architects. No, technical competency, it's more of, this is more of the advanced use of the application. Okay, because for regular users, sometimes they just log in and use the interface, but the technical competency, this is more of the advanced functionalities of the application, like in Excel. Like for example, you would want to use macros, no, like you would want to use index and matches, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, etc. So those kinds of commands, you can use that if you have the technical competency, because the regular user of Excel, what they know is they use Excel maybe for adding numbers, maybe for simple computation, but it's actually more than that. So that is the technical competency that you will learn after getting certified. Okay. Now, maybe again, some of our audience will ask, Sir Francis, sige po, you got my interest, no, in terms of certification, but what would be our experience as a student? Because it's pandemic, how do we do it? Okay, so let me walk you through about the process. So we have what we call training approach. So the training approach comes in three different levels. So number one is learn, second phase is practice, and the third phase would be certify. Okay, so what is this approach and how long would be the duration? Typically, our certification program runs for less than 3 weeks. No? So this is not something that you can finish overnight. Okay, so we do it by phase. Okay, so let me discuss each phases of the program. So we'll start first with learn, then eventually with practice and certify. With learning phase, this happens is we will be doing an orientation, either to the students or to the alumni or to the teachers who is interested in the program. So with the learning phase, what we will do is during the orientation and after the orientation, we'll be helping you on how to install a specific app called Geometrics and an access key called Learn Key. So you need to install that software. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward to install, and we will teach you how to do it. Okay, using your personal laptop. Okay, once the software is installed, we will walk you through about the interface, how to use it, how to navigate it, at the same time how to answer those questions. Okay, now after doing that, okay, everything else will be self-paced, which means students, working professionals, or even teachers that has tons of teaching load, you can still learn through our application, because the best part about it, it is what you call self-paced. Okay, you can do it asynchronously. Okay, you can study at your own time and without getting any conflict with your existing schedule, particular sa ating mga estudyante who has couple of student workload, okay, or study loads. Okay, so after the learning phase that runs for 1 week, the following week is the practice phase. Okay, now our practice phase basically focus on how to answer the examination. Okay, so we have an app, the same application, but this time around it has a different interface on their second week. The second interface will be focusing not on videos, not on reading materials, but it will focus on actual examination. So because Microsoft examination, this is not something that you can do like multiple choice, like A, B, C, D, and randomly think of an answer. No, that's not the case. When you are taking Microsoft examination like Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, what you will do is basically do it live, like in actual. Okay, it's called practice-based exam. Okay, so that's the best method that we've seen to those students who've taken the examination, because they are actually looking on um, almost similar interface to the actual exam. Not 100%, roughly around 80 to 90% in terms of the look and feel of the interface. So it mimics the exam environment. So the good thing about it, you can take the examination numerous times. So even if you fail, don't worry. You can retake the examination and retake again until you've passed the examination. Then, after that 1 week again, so that's 2 weeks already, the learn, the practice, and lastly, the certify. So we will orient you how to become certified. At the same time, we will give you tips on maximizing your time while taking the examination. At the same time, how do you prepare? How do you prepare on the actual date of examination? And how do you optimize the available given time during the examination period? Because the examination for Microsoft, for Word, Excel, or even PowerPoint, it's running for almost 55 minutes. So imagine you need to finish the full examination in those specific timelines, no? 55 minutes. Okay. Now, maybe the next question would be, sir, so what if I was able to pass the examination? What would be my certificate, and how does my certificate look like? Okay. So to let you know, this is how the certification look like. Okay, so you have two different options. Okay, number one is the associate examination. The associate examination is intended, if you ask me, our recommendation, this is intended for junior high school and senior high school. So any junior high school, senior high school can take the associate exam. Okay, now for professional, for college student, at the same time for working parents who would want to certify themselves, I would recommend the expert level exam. It's really difficult. Okay, I'll be honest with you. The examination is kind of difficult, but it's worth the shot. No, it's worth the try, because you learn a lot of things about it, particularly on the advanced functionalities of those applications. Heavily on, for example, you've taken Excel. It will be heavy on formulas, at the same time heavy on advanced functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and a little bit of macros. Okay, so that is our two level of certification: the associate level and the expert level. Okay, now what are the available certification program under the associate and the expert level? So we have a total of 7 certification. Okay, so we have Word, we have Excel, we have PowerPoint, and we have Outlook. So those are all 2019 version or 365. Any of those two are okay. Okay, we are promoting the latest software, by the way. Okay, because you might see other certifications like 2013, 2016. It's good to take those, but if you ask us as a training provider, we always recommend the latest, because the employers would want someone who's good at using the latest software, not the old version of software. Okay, so again, you have 7 category. Okay, and the advanced or the expert exams would be Word expert, Excel expert, and Access expert. Okay, so now this is the exciting part, particular to our students, because if you were able to pass the Microsoft certification exam, particularly on categories like Word or maybe Excel or even PowerPoint, starting today up to September 15, the deadline of entry, you can potentially qualify in what we call national competition. Okay, you can be a winner. Okay, so the mechanics is simple. You just take the examination. If you feel like you can do it, ask our friends from MCL, particularly Sir Elvis. Okay, so if you would want to inquire later, I'll be flashing my screen about the prices. So you can inquire, and once you've passed, okay, at the end of 15 and on the September 17th of September, we'll be announcing the winner. So there will be three winners, particular on the category of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So we'll announce one winner for the highest score and the fastest. So there will be three main ranks. So first, second, and third place. So the main winner will get 100,000. The second winner gets, the second rank gets 75,000, and the third rank gets 50,000 pesos. Okay. So how do we do the ranking? So the ranking is, for example, we'll pick the highest score in Word, the highest score in PowerPoint, and the highest score in Excel. And those three, we're gonna compare who gets the highest score in those three categories. Then at the same time, after checking the highest score, if there's a tie or there's a similarity in terms of score, we will check the fastest student who was able to answer, to finish the examination and get the final score. So then we will rank them accordingly. Okay, so it could be first, could be potentially an Excel winner. Okay, the second could be a PowerPoint winner. The third could be a Word winner. Okay, so that is the ranking that we are doing here in the Philippines. Okay, so provided you've ordered your licenses or examination through Udentes or through MCL, so any of those two companies that you can qualify. Okay, now if you win, if you win the national competition and you were announced as the representative of our country, okay, you can go to the worldwide championship. Okay, so today, because of pandemic, and even last year because of the situation, everything is done online. Okay, unlike before, the worldwide championship is really held in US and students are sent there to compete. But because of pandemic and certain protocols in different countries, so Certiport and Microsoft competition was opted to have or done or implemented online. So again to safeguard our health and at the same time to adhere with the protocols of government. Okay, so what would be the prices? So this is a bit bigger, compared to the Philippine Championship. So the Worldwide Championship, if you win the first competition, that's $7,000. The second winner, the second place will get $5,000, and the third place gets $2,500. With these are all with certificate. The first place gets a trophy, okay, but the rest will get a certificate, okay, a winner certificate. Okay, so what would be the price? Maybe that's your question. I believe this was flashed or shown by Sir Elvis earlier, but these are the prices for our students, alumni, and professionals, particular for non-MCL graduate. Okay, so these are the prices. If you would want to check more about the pricing, please coordinate everything with Sir Elvis of MCL, and he'll definitely answer all your questions. Now, if you would want to be eligible to join the competition, the eligibility is intended for students only, enrolled students under MCL, and at the same time, ages from 13 to 22. Okay, let me repeat. The competition is only open for ages between 13 to 22. Anything beyond that age group is not qualified, and anything below that age group, like for example, 12 years below, is not does not meet the minimum requirement age or the required age. Okay, so if you want to join this competition, please do so. We have like roughly around 2 weeks left for the competition, and I hope we can have a representative from MCL. Okay, now what's the return of investment? particular for students or maybe for working professional? Maybe that's your next question. Sir, what's my return of investment on this? Because again, I will invest my time, I will invest a little bit of my money, and I will invest a little bit of my brain power here. Okay, so what will be the long-term returns, and at the same time, what are the possible short-term impact for me and for my professional career? So number one, it adds to your professional credential definitely, and it's connected to your account already. Like for example, if you have a LinkedIn, if you have this certification, you can have it connected to your account. So any employers can just check your badges and check your certificate that you were able to finish this program at the same time you were able to pass this examination. Second would be because of pandemic, we know a lot of people are trying to come up with means and ways to generate income. So you can do freelance work options. I've checked online. You have there are people who's paying like between $15 to $50. You just need to create their presentation. Okay, so they in US, in Australia, so clients, they will be sending the requirement. Then you can just do it, and they will pay you ranging from $15 to $50 depending on the size of the project. So just imagine you need to do a PowerPoint. They have the draft already. All you need to do is to beautify or to tweak the presentation to a much pleasing one. So companies could actually pay you, or individuals could actually pay you between $15 to $50 or higher, depending on your portfolio. Okay. Next is full-time work job opportunity. Definitely. No? So if you are good at Excel, if you're good at PowerPoint, or if you would want to take advanced certifications of Microsoft, like cloud applications, like Azure or maybe M365 or D365, those kinds of application are highly sought after by the industry. So if you have these kinds of skill set, companies can potentially give you job opportunities. No? So if you have those kinds of certification. And lastly, continuing education. If you plan to continue, like pursue a career in like continue your education, like get your MA or MBA or any other degree, postgraduate degree course. So again, if you plan to do that, it could help, particular in Excel and PowerPoint, because heavily in MBA classes or maybe an MA classes, you need to present. You need to have a good presentation skills. At the same time, understand figures and numbers. So those two applications are good fundamental skill set that you can develop while you are in the academy, particular sa students po natin, and at the same time to our working professional who has extra time to take this certification program. Okay, so after that, I'd like to also share, okay, other programs that MCL plans to open in the next few months. So let me play a video. Let us play a video of Adobe Certified Professional that might be um, uh, interesting to some of our creative professionals, at the same time to our maybe design students. Okay, so let us play the video about Adobe. Okay. Okay, so that is the Adobe video. Okay, super short. And at the same time, I'd like to highlight another certification program. This is intended for junior high, senior high, or even college. This is what we call communication skills for business, because most students right now, that when they finish college, when they finish senior high school, they're having time or difficulty adjusting in the corporate setting. Like for example, you are accustomed to talk to your friends, you're accustomed to talk to your peers, but you're not accustomed to talk to the CEO, to the CFO, or maybe to the supervisor. No? So for you to learn those kinds of skill set, how to draft your email, how to communicate well, how to adjust your tone. So we have here a video about communications skills for business. So this is roughly around less than 2 minute video. So let us play the video.
In today's workplace, soft skills such as communication are pivotal for success. With communication consistently being one of the top attributes employers are looking for when hiring, developing these skills can give candidates a big edge on the competition. The Communication Skills for Business certification program allows candidates to validate their understanding of key communication principles, such as professional communication skills, effective verbal, nonverbal, and listening skills, creating business deliverables, effectively delivering a message, receiving communications, and analyzing communication scenarios. While the key skill being measured is communication, the nature of the exam will also help candidates with the other three of the 4 C's: critical thinking, collaboration, creativity. According to a recent survey of nearly 64,000 managers, recent college graduates are still lacking many specific soft skills that are essential for success in a work environment. 60% of the managers indicated that critical thinking or problem solving is a soft skill that is lacking, while 46% reported that communication skills are also missing. Communication was also listed as the most requested skill from 250,000 different job ads analyzed across a variety of industries, appearing 51% of the time. Whether verbal or written, the ability to communicate successfully is a critical skill that all successful candidates should possess. Businesses have also felt the impact of a workforce lacking in communication skills, as this can prove to be very costly. Studies have shown that businesses with 100 employees lose an average of $420,000 per year due to poor communication, with those costs rising as the number of employees is increased. Earning a CSB certification provides valuable proof that candidates possess essential communication skills and the overall soft skills needed to be effective and efficient in their jobs. For any career path, success will be measured 5% by academic credentials, 15% by professional experiences, and 80% by communication skills. Educators can help candidates entering the workforce obtain the skills required to communicate effectively in a work environment, because communication is key to success.
Okay, so that's the video. It's roughly less than 2 minutes video. So those are the upcoming certification program that MCL plans to offer to our students, alumni, or maybe for working professionals. So to know more about the offering of a certification or even the MOS championship, please check this. The specific links that's shown in our screen. MOS championship at odentisecologies.com if you know more about the competition. Then if you would want to see the worldwide stage and see how it works, how it goes, so check www.moschampionship.com. Or if you would want to purchase certification through MCL and you would want to know more about the program, you can email me or email our friends from MCL, particularly Sir Elvis. Okay, so with that, I'd like to finish my presentation, and if you have any questions or clarification, we have a specific portion that we will cater and accommodate all your questions pertaining to certification and maybe some tips that you would want to ask from us. Okay, so we'll be allocating the Q&A and we'll be reading all your questions later po in our Q&A. So thank you and have a great morning. Okay.
Thank you very much, Sir Francis, for giving us, our viewers, an overview of what it's like to get the certification program. And I would like to see you later for our Q&A segment. Thank you, sir. Once again, that was Mr. Francis from Dentist. Nagulat ako din sa presentation ni sir because nalaman ko, or nalaman nyo din, diba, na may MOS national and worldwide competition pala. So aside from getting a certificate, you can apply the knowledge that you learned from the program. And I liked how it's a very straightforward journey for our future takers. So expect to learn practice, and certified before becoming a Microsoft Office specialist. I already see some questions on our comment section, but before we scroll through those, we actually prepared an icebreaker for this afternoon. Our participants will have the chance to win a free certification from Microsoft. So you can choose from Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. To our viewers, listen carefully because it's time for our Kahoot game. So to play this game, you must get a second device. So after you get that second device, open your browsers, go to www.kahoot.it and type the game pin shown in the screen. There. Okay. So if you already have the Kahoot app, open it and just key in the code that you can see at the top of our screen there. And I suggest that you get the second device to enter the Kahoot because you will need your first device to read the questions and your second device to select and press your answer. Again, the first device you've used to log into our orientation will be used to show the questions and choices. So use your second device to click your answer. The second device will be like your game console, diba? So don't worry, I will read the questions and choices for you, and I'm going to give you a minute or two to join our game. Pumunta na kayo ngayon sa Kahoot so we can start this and join us as we have an amazing prize for you. Ayan na, si Andres and si CJ. Mga first in the game. Ready na ata sila. For sure nakinig to kay Sir Francis kasi if you listen to his presentation, baka ma-perfect nyo to at mapunta kayo sa top of the chart. Alam mo, first time tong mangyari sa Viewpoints na we added a third-party system for our icebreaker. So yeah, I myself am new to this game and I know our viewers are excited because hindi na sila mag-uunahan sa comment section. Patas na po lahat. You have 20 seconds for the 5 questions that will be flashed later. You will only be given 20 seconds to choose your answer. Again, your first device is where you will read the question, and your second device is where you will choose the shape and color that corresponds to your answers. Winners will be announced at the end of the game, so please be reminded that you must be a registered participant here in Viewpoints Plus. Once again, our prize for our Kahoot game is a free certification from Microsoft, which you can choose from either Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Kung ano mang certificate na gusto nyong matanggap from Microsoft, ayun po ang pwede nyong pagpilian. Welcome, Vincent, Nicholas, AJ, Eric, Lennon, Nick, Andres, and CJ. Thank you for joining our Kahoot game. Mag-ready na kayo, mag-recall na kayo ng mga diniscuss kanina ni Sir Francis. Baka through this game, mas ma-motivate kayong magkumuha ng ating certification program from MCL. Diba? Ano pa? Sino pang hahabol dyan sa ating mga viewers from Facebook and YouTube? Guys, habol na. Go on to the Kahoot app or to www.kahoot.it for a chance to win a free certification for our 7 participants and counting. Counting pa tayo, no? Feeling ka talaga may mga dadagdag pa for our icebreaker this morning. Okay, last chance, guys. Come on, join us. Join us in our icebreaker for this afternoon and get a chance to win a prize from our guest speaker from Audentes. Napaka-generous. May free certification na kayo. Hindi nyo na kailangan kumuha from MCL. Pero syempre, no? Kuha pa rin kayo sa MCL later. Kung sino mang hindi mananalo, if you really want that certification, you can go to the MCL website, check the certification programs, and there you will see the Microsoft Office Specialist program. Okay, we have 7 participants. May hahabol pa po ba? May hahabol pa ba from our viewers? Sana meron pa. Ayan, meron. Feeling ko meron pa. Nafe-feel ko na siya. Mga gustong manalo ng free certification and upscale their skills for their work for their particular works. O, diba? May dumagdag pa. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 participants for our icebreaker. I think we're good to go. Are we good to go? Sa ating prod, go na ba ako mga sir, mga ma'am? Okay. 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 Mag-intay pa raw ako. May feeling daw nila may sasali pa eh. Sino ba namang hindi gustong manalo, diba, ng free certification? If I was given the chance to join this icebreaker, syempre, sasali ako because free certification na yun, right? And I can definitely use it for my college for my college education. Ma-apply ko siya for future ventures when I enter the certain field that I want to be in. And it's a plus for my CV, if ever. So it's going to be a plus for your CVs or your resumes because they will see that you will have a certification from Microsoft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. O, diba? We have 13 total participants for this morning. So thank you very much for joining. And I think we should start our game right now. Good luck, everybody. Let's play. For our first question. Okay, our first question. 3, 2, 1. May countdown pa, diba? What is the first step in the certification process? Is it learn, review, practice, or certify? You have 20 seconds, guys. 10 seconds na lang pala. Type in those answers or click your answers and we'll see sinong makakahula ng unang sagot. Time is up. Our answer for this question is learn, and 3 people got the correct answer. Congratulations to that. may okay, sige, may isang nagsagot ng certify. Don't worry. Meron pa tayong 4 questions for you. Our second question is, ayun, ang ating top, si Andres, ang nangunguna sa scoreboard. Andres, congratulations. Keep it up. Mick, Megan, CJ, Eric, don't worry. Humabol pa kayo kasi meron pa tayong 4 question for you guys. Baka mabago pa yung chart natin, no? Malalaman natin after our 5th question kung sino ang magwawagi. Okay, for our second question. What are the benefits of MOS certification for working professionals? Is it personal branding, competency validation, professional development, or all of the options are correct? You have 10 more seconds to answer. Manghula na kayo dyan. Kung nakinig talaga kayo kanina kay Sir Francis, you'll know the right answer. The right answer is D. All of the options are correct. And 3 people got the correct answer. So congratulations to that. Sino kaya ang nangunguna sa ating scoreboard? Si Fermin Gonzalez. Oh, nagbago na. Andres, napunta ka na sa pangatlo pero don't worry. Pwede mo pang makuha ulit ang first lot. And also, kay Eric Lenin, pwede pa kayong manguna sa chart. Okay. May 3 questions pa tayo. Okay. Now we'll head to our third question. True or false? Professional certifications today are not considered as one of the best and most effective tools to assess one's skill. Is it true or false? You have 15 more seconds to answer. The 50% chance of winning, guys. True or false? Baka yung iba manghula na lang, no? Okay. The right answer is false, and 6 people got the correct answer. Sino na ang nangunguna sa ating chart? Si Eric Lennon. Well, congratulations. Dapat pala hindi muna ako nagko-congratulations kasi paiba-iba yung winners natin for every question. So now let's head on to the 4th question. of our icebreaker. What are the benefits of MOS certification for graduating students? Okay, know how to use different programs, get to grow your network, increase hiring potential, or D, make lives easier. Ano nga ba? Sa apat na yan, ang right answer. Ano ba yung benefits ng MOS, no? And the right answer is letter, hindi pala siya letter. Okay, get to grow, increase hiring potential. And four people got the correct answer. Tingnan natin yung chart. Sino na ang nangunguna ngayon? It is si Nice. What a name. Okay, what a nice name, Nice. But congratulations because nasa top ko na ng chart for our Kahoot game. And lastly, ito na, malalaman na natin kung sino magwawagi sa ating last question for this afternoon. Okay, our last question is it's another true or false question. MOS certifications can have a great return of investment, not just for a short term, but also for a long-term return. Is it true or false? You have 15 more seconds to decide if you feel like it's true or if you feel like it's false. And after this, we will know who will win our free certification from Microsoft. And the answer is true. And six people got the correct answer. Let's see our scoreboard. Who is our final winner for the Kahoot game? Eric Lennon, congratulations. You just won a free charot, hindi pala. Okay, our winner is Nice. Wow. Hindi siya nagpatalo. Hindi siya nagpatalo sa ating ibang mga players for this afternoon. So, thank you very much once again for joining our Kahoot game. I know it's something new for our viewers and I actually enjoyed it as well kasi nakikita natin na nagbabago ang ating mga winners kada question. So once again, congratulations to Nice, Nikoy, and Eric Lennon for being the top three, but most especially to Nice because you just won a free certification for Microsoft. And don't forget that you should be a registered viewer for our orientation for you to claim your prize. So if you haven't registered yet, Nice, please do register and include your contact details in order for us to get in touch with you. Wow, what a game. Okay. Now we have come to the Q&A portion of our viewpoint session this afternoon. I would like to call again Mr. Elvis and Mr. Francis to answer the questions of our viewers. Hello again, Sir Francis, and hello again
Hello.
to Sir Elvis. Kamusta po kayo? Ready na po ba kayo? Kayo naman po ang sasagot ng mga tanong ng ating
All
mga
good.
viewers.
Yeah.
All good, ma'am. All
Okay.
good. All good.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I see from our comment section, if the prod can kindly flash the first question a while ago. Our first question is, ano-ano pong available na certification? I think Sir Elvis can answer this in behalf of MCL.
Okay. For right now, we are currently offering yung Microsoft Office Specialist. Yung apat yun, isa-isa siya. Excel Associate, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word Associate, Microsoft Office Specialist, PowerPoint Associate, and the other one is Microsoft Office Specialist, Outlook Associate. Yan yung una muna, no? But there are other certifications that we would be posting sa ating web. And just like kanina, no? Sabi ni Sir Francis, we have the entrepreneurship, di ba? Meron doon yung communication for business, yan. At saka Adobe, ang dami pa, marami pa. But right now, we are still, siyempre, one by one pa muna yung aming pagbibigay sa inyo ng mga certification. There are also other certifications like Coursera, no? Sa Coursera naman, yung inyong licenses, no, that would be available, pwede yung magamit, no. Yung pricing pa hindi pa namin mai-post kaagad, but surely ibibigay po namin yung pricing basta maging official na po yung pricing. But the one that was shown by Sir Francis kanina, okay yon. Tama yung pricing na yon for the Microsoft Office Associate. And then, pagka marami ng mga, kumbaga yung nagamay na, no, associate, medyo mga ano na, yung confident na ng certification, hindi nakakabahan habang nagse-certify at home. At home yan eh. Wala nang, din naman lalabas na, doon na talaga lahat, no? And others would be giving you all the pointers kung paano ma-certify and how you gain confidence in the certification. Pwede pa kayong pumunta uli doon sa other certification, PowerPoint, kung Excel tapos na kayo, punta kayong PowerPoint o kaya Word. O kung gusto nyo tuloy-tuloy sa Excel, may Microsoft Office Specialist Expert. Yan yung sinasabi kanina ni Sir Francis na talagang pang ano na, pang mataas na level na, no? Yung pang ano na, pang presentation na talaga, lalo na sa alumni, no, sa office, no? You go for that. And other certification, for example, sa Adobe. Alam ko naman yung MMA, no? Kailangan nila talaga ng Adobe. Ang dami kailangang matutunan sa sa digital world. Napakarami. Hindi ko lang alam kung paano yung makukuha yun isa-isa, no? Iba yung mga After Effects, 3D animation, 2D animation, graphic design, ang dami-dami, no? Yun nga. So, marami akong sinasabi, di ba? Para ewan ko paano matatandaan, but assuredly, ilalagay natin yon sa ating website. Yan, nandun ako sa Corpcom and Marketing, yan, nilalagyan na namin siya ng laman, no? Just hang on there and we'll give you more updates on the certification. And we will be doing Viewpoints Plus. Basta Viewpoints Plus, alam niyo yun, short courses, certification, yun yung topic, no? Topic natin yan kapag nakikita niyang Viewpoints Plus. Yan, maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you, Sir Elvis. And this question is for Sir Francis. Our second question from the comment section. Ano pong inclusive ng package? Tinatanong ni Arden.
Okay, so thank you, Arden. So the inclusives of the package. So number one, orientation. Okay, the program orientation. So that we will give a schedule. So that's part of it. Number two would be an orientation on how to use the application. Three is access for three different software. Number one, LearnKey will provide the key. So that is for the self-paced video. The other one is the practice test. So the student or teachers or even alumni can study at their own pace and taking the examination like a mock test. So we'll give an access. And at the same time, the access keys for the examination. So you can take the examination. And the best part, for this specific engagement, we are giving free one retake. So just in case you weren't able to pass the minimum score required, you have a second chance to take it again at your convenience. Like for example, if you would want to take the examination, if you failed the following week, you may do so. You just let us know when will be the target. It could be next week, it could be a few days after, or maybe after 24 hours. Okay, so it's up to the exam taker which is their preference.
Okay, and sir, buti po na bring up nyo yan kasi nasagot nyo na po yung tanong ni Madal. Pero may fee daw po ba after, sabihin na natin, wag naman no, pero pag hindi sila nakapasa dun sa second retake nila, magkano daw po magiging fee pag i-retake na nila for the third time?
I haven't experienced the third retake, the third exam. Most takers talaga they finish it at one take. Then depending again to those individual, because again sometimes for students they encounter like too much workload or maybe study loads. Same goes with working professionals, so they weren't able to study that much. So for a retake, if they would want to get a standard retake, solo, right? So that's around 2,000 pesos for individual. But again, for this transaction or for this engagement, we are doing it for free. Like one take. I mean, you can have one exam. Then if you failed, you're eligible to get one free retake. Anything beyond it, that would cost to 2,000 pesos. So again, we highly encourage to pass the examination because again, that 2,000 pesos you can buy like a good amount of food and groceries at that
True,
amount, right?
true. So
So
thank you very much, Sir Francis. And this third question is for Sir Elvis. Paano po kung taga-ibang school if pademos lang ang i-enroll ko?
Yeah. We are open also sa ibang school, but of course, ang tawag na sa kanila ay external client, no?
I
So,
see.
iba yung inyong pricing, nasa 5,000 yung price ninyo as what was seen kanina, no? Pwede. And you can invite others also. Kasi yung ano naman din, 5,000 is very talagang discounted na rin yun, no? Oo. With just giving special price sa talagang estudyante ng MCL, pero konti lang naman yung difference niya, di ba? So pwede. You can enroll po anytime. Ito yung time po natin na binibigyan natin ng window yung enrollment para sabay-sabay kasi ang hirap naman isa-isa, no? Hindi naman natin kakayanin yung ganun. Even sa mga klase ninyo, di ba? Ang hirap, di ba, magpa-tutorial. So, kailangan mo yung number talagang kailangan mo in order for you to open a tutorial, di ba? And it varies din yung cost niya. So, maganda kung sabay-sabay para madali ring may handle natin lahat yung mga nag-exam. And matutukan. Kasi, if you take seriously yung mga natatakot na mag-fail, ganyan. Hindi, if you take it seriously, kasi mayroon learn, practice, certify. Kung serious kayo doon talaga, once you enroll, siyempre, hard-earned money, di ba? Kailangan seryosohin yung pera ng parents natin. Magsiseryoso tayo, hindi naman pwedeng maging complacent. So, take it seriously. Yun lang naman ang pwede kong hilingin sa inyo. Siyempre, and of course, maganda naman talaga yung Learn, Practice, Certify. Magkakaroon talaga kayo ng confidence to take examinations at home at guided tayo ng Audentes on that. Yun. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Sir, ako may question din ako. Kailan pa po kayo nag-offer ng Microsoft Office Specialization? Kasi to be honest, nalaman ko lang siya nung mag-host ako ng Viewpoints.
Really?
June pa po. Opo.
June
Doon ko lang po nalaman.
15. Ganun ba? Kailangan natin ng
Ayun po.
promotion.
Nahuli niyo na po ako na hindi po ako active sa Malayan College's Facebook page. Pero yun, sir, it's a really nice program. Pero another thing that I also think about is paano pag bumalik na tayo sa face-to-face? What would it look like? Would it still go online or will you offer classes on campus then?
Yes, I think Sir Francis can vouch on that we are certified by Audentes as a certification center, right?
yes. Yeah. Can I answer this one?
Yeah.
Sige,
Okay.
can I answer this one? Thank you, Ma'am Therese, for raising this question. Originally, when we set up the business of Audentes Technologies, it's really face-to-face. So we deploy trainers to school. So even we go as far as Mindanao, like we go to Butuan, like in Mindanao,
Wow.
to do training. So we do like 1-2 day training. Then afterwards, everything is self-paced now already. Okay, so we teach the end users how to navigate the software. At the same time, we teach the IT administrator how to install the software and to do troubleshooting. So we do that in those 2 to 3 days session with the school. So we deploy faculty and we go there directly. Okay. Now, if after the pandemic we're back to normal, we're allowed to do face to face without wearing any mask. Okay, if that happens, we'll just go back to our original state. Okay, because this pandemic really create extract our creative juices to come up with an approach that could actually adapt with pandemic. And I believe most of the companies are. The same goes with MCL. No, any institution that was impacted by COVID, we all came up with brilliant solution to augment those challenges. At the same time, come up with like a survival mode back in early 2020. I remember back in March when it struck and
Lockdown.
lockdown. We can't go out. We're not allowed to go to specific. And most of our clients are situated in North Luzon, South Luzon, and in Mindanao. So imagine we can't go out. So
Yes.
the only way to do it is really optimize technology by doing it online. So far, it's working well. We're running a couple of certification with other schools like 500 examinate 500 to 1,000 certification program per
Mm.
school. So we're doing that in different universities across the Philippines. So yeah, so we're getting like good numbers in terms of program. Hopefully we can do it in MCL in the future. Okay.
Yes, yes, that would be also nice para mas maraming students na ma-encourage kumuha ng mga certification exam. Okay, so another question from our viewer, from Arden. What is the best tip you can give me before I take my exam? Sir Francis, ano bang best tip nyo?
Okay. Siguro I can showcase here is my technique. Whenever I plan to take a certification program. Number one is I set to my mind what would be my role or what would be my work 5 years from now. Okay, so I need to come up with an idea what would be my goal in the next 5 years, like job position, or maybe a type of business, or maybe type of work. Okay, once it is defined in my head, I'll come up with a strategy so I can work my way up going to that target role or target position. For example, if you look at my credential in LinkedIn, I was a graduate of nursing. Okay, so it's entirely
Okay.
different. It's entirely different from my background. I graduated as a nurse, but I wanted to become an IT. So two different worlds, right? So what I did to remove that barrier of entry, because if I want to become an IT, finishing a degree of nursing, it's like next to impossible, right? So to remove that barrier, I need to come up with a credential that would entice employers and consider, hey, this student, he's a nursing grad, but basing on his credential, he has like good knowledge in IT. So what I did, I took numerous certification program under Microsoft and non-Microsoft. So those are tech certification. So I was able to get it early on. Then after that, I applied to an IT company, like a local IT company. I was hired. Then eventually, I was eyeing for big tech company. Back then. I was eyeing like Google. Way back. I
Yeah.
wanted to become a employee or to work in Google because I've been hearing good things about Google. Then I saw an opening because I can't see any opening in Google, right? I've been searching it in JobStreet, etc. But nothing seems to fall in place. No? So what I did, I tried to search more online, and I saw an opening in Microsoft, then applied, and I was able to work in Microsoft Philippines for 5 years. Then eventually, after working in Microsoft Philippines, I set myself, I want to put up a business. So since I'm certified and I'm gearing towards certification, so I tried to build my portfolio and eventually put up my own company focusing on certification with my business partners, particular on the investment side. So they're the one who's helping me on the investment. So right now I'm running a small IT company focusing on certification. So you need to come up with a pathway in your head,
Mhm.
then at the same time act on it. No, it's not just saying what you want to do, but you need to also act on it, or else it will be a dream after 5 years. The dream will still be a dream after 5 years. You need to make that dream into reality. No? So with baby steps.
Yes, thank you very much for sharing that, sir. And I would just like to share, nalaman ko po kasi na yung kapag papasok ka ng Google, so many interviews before you will know if you're going to get hired or not. Okay, wala. Gusto ko lang po iput out there. Pero totoo po yun, if you set your mind into something na, kunwari, you want to get that certification, of course, you should make that into a reality by reviewing and preparing for the exam. Okay, another
If I may add,
question. Oh,
the reason
sure, sure. Go
I may
ahead, Sir Elvis.
add, the whole the whole process would give you time to practice because of the geometrics, no? Before you prepare for the exam, no? So practice ka lang ng practice. At saka ano siya, pag nag-exam kasi, time limit, yun yung nakakatakot. Meron siyang
Mape-pressure ka doon.
45 lang, Sir Francis, no? Or
55
about
minutes, 55 minutes,
55
55 minutes.
minutes, you need to execute all. Kaya
Mhm.
kailangan mag-prepare ka doon dahil merong under time pressure siya. So practice ka ng
Yeah,
practice para before you confidently say, kaya ko na mag-exam. Ayan,
yes.
ganun yung gagawin nyo para how to prepare for your exam. Of course, sabi ko nga, maging seryoso sa pag-aaral. Siyempre.
True.
Okay?
Kaya nga, sir, yung pagpa-practice nasa second step into the customer's journey. Naalala ko yung kanina, yung learn, practice, and certify. So you should definitely put more effort on the practicing. Well, of course, in the learning as well. Pero practicing para makaabot kayo dun sa 55-minute na time limit when you're about to get certified. Okay. And
Yeah.
another question from Arden. Can I take the exam from home? And what is the best way to study?
Okay, so can I answer this one?
Sure, go ahead,
Cookies.
sir.
Sige po. Yeah. So because of the pandemic, yes, we have a protocol what we call exam from home. Okay. So
Okay.
it allows student to take the examination at the comfort of their home, provided they have a device. Like the minimum requirement, you need to have a laptop and a working browser, and definitely at least a keyboard for you to answer those examinations. So those are the requirement. A laptop. You don't need to have a like high specs laptop. Any regular laptop will do, okay, because the computing power is already running on cloud, so it doesn't consume the computing power of your device. All you need to do is, but you need to secure the bandwidth, no? So no hardware requirement heavily on your laptop, just even if it's i3 i5, it's good, provided you have a browser like a Google browser, Google Chrome browser, or Microsoft Edge. Any of those two will do. Then at the same time, a stable and a fast internet. Roughly around, if you can secure at least between 5 Mbps or higher, that's good enough. Okay, so you can take the examination at the comfort of your home. So no need to go out, and at the same time, no risk of getting COVID.
Sir Francis,
True.
how about the software, the Microsoft, for example, Excel, it should be the latest version?
Okay, so for exam takers, no, if you plan to take the examination, you don't need to install any software because the software is already installed on cloud. So at the back
Mm,
end, you don't need to do anything. We already did it together with Certiport, everything. No, so we already no need to install anything. Just open your browser, open that link, log in, and take the examination. For the examination process, but for the practice phase, in which you can take the examination numerous times, you need
mhm.
to install a software called Geometrics. It needs to meet the minimum requirement. Roughly around i3, i5 will do, and at least 4 gigs of RAM. And so I think we're all good there na po. For Office, you need to have at least Office 2019. That's the minimum requirement that we are asking for you to run the software. If you have any challenges in getting or coming up with Office 2019, you let us know. Maybe we can do something about it.
Thank you very much, Sir Francis. And another question from me. So, sir, when a student or an alumni, employee, or an external customer wants to avail the program, how long should they expect the program to run? Or is it
Okay.
can they work on their own time, etc., something like that?
Okay, so I'll answer this one, ma'am. No? So the timeline that we are allocating roughly is around 3 weeks. So
Mm.
that 3 weeks, 1 week for the learn, 1 week for the practice, and 1 week for the certified. Okay, prior to the examination date. So
Oh, okay.
roughly we are allocating around 3 weeks of training program. The good thing about it, 80% of the program is asynchronous, which means you are allowed to finish the program at your own pace, provided we have a timeline. Okay, because what we don't want is this program to be extended after a year and you might forget how to answer the exam, how to
Mm,
answer the test. So that's why The approach would be learn, practice, certify every week, and we meet once a week. So that's the comfort of the program. We don't need to go to the program every day and study with us and listen to me. No, we're not doing that. You just need to listen to us for almost 2 hours a day, for one day, for a week. No, so once a week we meet once for 2 hours. Then we will meet again the following week for another 2 hours, and another week for another 2 hours. The rest will be on your own face. But the good thing is we can monitor your progress because at the back
Oh,
end, your system is connected to our system. So you're using a browser, you're using an app. We can view what you are doing on the examination proper, like in the
okay.
practice test. So we can see your score, we can see your progress, and even the videos that you watch, we can see that, no, whether you're really watching the video or not. So we can
Yes.
always prompt you, or maybe your parent, or maybe your professor, if you are not taking the examination or the program seriously, because we can see it in the back end. Okay.
Thank you, sir. And the reminders are good para hindi talaga masayang yung binayad nila for the certification program. Sir Elvis, will they also will the certification program also be available on BBL? Yun po ba yung magiging platform or other type of platform po yung gagamitin?
No, it's not yet available in BBL, but they would be a group that would be created by a dentist.
Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
I think MS Teams, right?
Via
So,
MS
meron
Teams
yan.
will be
Yeah,
doing
Oh,
meron,
MS
the
meron.
Teams.
yeah,
Meron siya.
the whole
Madali
collaboration will
lang.
happen in MS Teams. But again, it depends. It depends on the school. If the school requests us, our standard approach would be Microsoft Teams. But the
Yeah.
school, if the school is using a different platform, we can always adjust. No, we're not. It's not a hard rule that everything will be run in Microsoft Teams, but we can always have a negotiating table discussion if the school persists that they are much comfortable in using like Google Workspace or maybe Zoom or any other platform like an LMS. We can make that adjustment. You just let us know what would be
Yeah.
the requirement of the student, the teacher, the alumni, or even the professionals in MCL if they plan to take the program.
I think we can do that on with MCL account. But pag external na siya, external client, siyempre wala na siyang account, no? So hindi
Mhm.
siya makakapasok sa BBL natin. So in our case right now, it's still a mix. So sa MS Teams muna. But if marami na, okay na, we can regroup, no? We can regroup that in the future. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sir Elvis and Sir Francis, for answering the questions of our viewers on the comment section. Kasi mukhang yun na po yung last question natin kanina. But do you have any last messages to our viewers or who are watching from Facebook and YouTube?
Sir Francis?
Uh, Sige, I'll go first. So, again, thank you everyone, particular to our students, our beloved parents. Same goes with our alumni who's watching and who spend their precious Saturday morning with us. So, thank you so much. I highly encourage everyone to take and invest in your professional credential because at the end of the day, those credential is can carry you like down the road, right? Because like for me, I like I've mentioned, I've always wanted to become an IT, but my family relatives and my mom wanted me to become a nurse. So we have two different dream, right? So but I wanted to pursue my dream as an IT at the same time become a practitioner. So what I did, I asked my mom if I can proceed with my dream kasi I was able to fulfill their dream already to finish college. Okay. To finish college under the degree of nursing. Okay. So having said, I pursue my career and I made a promise to them. I will be successful in my career and to my future plans. I wanted them to be part of it. So I always give them an update. Like for example, before tendering my resignation in Microsoft, it was really a hard decision for myself, and same goes with my family because again, that's secured income already, right? You plan
Yeah.
to resign and set up your own company, set up your own business. So that is a whole different, that is a whole different domain in which I'm not familiar of. So that is my first time like really running a business that is running nationwide, right? So hopefully it will be it will be super successful because we were able to surpass 2020. We were able to have a good and stable business in 2021, and hopefully we'll progress and expand in the years to come. So again, invest in yourself, invest in your time. At the same time, if you have little money, like for example, if you feel like the investment for the certification is quite expensive, okay lang yan. What you do is set a timeline. Okay, so for example, your target certification costs around 10,000 pesos. So don't pay the 10,000 pesos immediately. What you do is create a timeline. For example, today's January, for example, then you plan to take the examination by June. You save like maybe 1,500 pesos a month, right? So with that, I think you can save like a good amount of money prior to the target date. Then take that examination, post it in LinkedIn, and potentially employers might connect with you. One good example, Mr. Reese, you've mentioned about Google. When I tendered my resignation in Microsoft, I was able to get couple of interview and job offer. But in reality, I just do it. I just did it for experience. I got interviewed by Google. I got interviewed by by different companies as well. I just took the interview not because I wanted to be hired. I want just to experience it for my fulfillment because I always wanted to see or experience how they do the interview in Google or maybe those big tech company. So for the purpose of experience, I did it, but I that's not really my dream. I wanted to put up my business. I wanted to become an entrepreneur after becoming an IT entrepreneur. So I focus on that. The purpose of entertaining those companies for experience. At the same time, the pride of because before I wanted to apply, right, but after that I'm not applying anymore. They're the one who's calling na. So
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. So again, invest in your professional credential, either training, certification, or maybe postgraduate courses or tracks. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Francis. And lastly, Sir Elvis, your last message to our viewers.
Okay. Uh, Dear students and alumni, I would like to encourage you to engage with us with the certification because we really want to provide you a learning environment. Gusto namin i-present sa inyo na there are many important certifications out there and we would like to give you globally recognized certifications. And we want you to avail on that. Sayang kasi, di ba? Maganda yung ma-expose kayo. And if you ever want na ma-inform pa kayo, just contact me sa aking email or sa ating Facebook or sa ating pong mga social media. And of course, pinakamaganda kung direct sa akin yung email ko, no? Nilagay ko na diyan sa kanina. ecabellera@mcl.edu.ph. Kasi gusto nyong malaman, di ba? Sa ngayon, gusto nyong malaman kung ano yung mga nitty-gritties at anong what's in store pag nag-exam kayo, pag nag-learn, ano bang mangyayari? Di ba yun laman lagi yung ating gustong malaman? Kasi it's a hard-earned money. Alam po natin yan. At nasa pandemic po tayo, di po ba? And we want na yung value, yung certification value na ito ay makuha nyo at a lowest price, di ba? Yung discounted price. Ibig sabihin sulit eh. The best certification you can get here in the Philippines o kaya nasa ano ka, nasa ibang bansa ka, nasa US ka, nasa Singapore ka. But if you get yung mga certifications na globally recognized, it's just standard. Pareho kayo ng malalaman. Hindi kayo iba-iba. Di ba? So, we want MCL to be part of that. Yun po yung gusto namin. And sana maibigay pa namin na maibigay marami pang other avenues for you to learn. Di po ba? Madagdag doon sa inyong credentials at baka pag-graduate ninyo or even nagka-graduate na kayo, dagdag lang kayo ng dagdag ng skills. At I think, sabi nga, living testament nga, Sir Francis, di ba? So, kita yun, even nababago nga yung career eh. Because of this certificate. Nababago nga yung career eh. Iba pa yung talagang sinusunod mo yung career path mo, tapos naglalagay ka ng credential. Eh di, what more? Di ba? What more yung ganong klase na na mindset natin ngayon during these times, di ba? So, hopefully, you can engage with me. Tanong lang kayo. Huwag kayong mahiya. Habang malakas pa at may time pa, I'll be informing you all about the certification. So, yayain nyo rin yung mga kasamahan ninyo for you to engage in us. So, marami pong salamat for this morning. Thank you for your time
Thank you.
sa lahat. Yan.
Thank you. And Sir Elvis, last na po, how can our students, employees, or alumni register for the program?
Yeah, those who engage with us, tsaka yung may mga meron tayong registration, di ba? They will be receiving yung information that would give them kumbaga mapag-aralan nila talaga kung ano yung laman noong Microsoft Office certification na ito. So pag nalabasan na nila to at nakita na nila, I need this, I need this. Tapos syempre ko-convincein din nila yung parents nila. Then mag-enlist sila. I'll be giving them an enlistment form, MS, para mailagay na nila doon kung ano yung gusto nila talaga. So meron naman tayong list I think meron tayong list that we would be sharing to them. Tapos mag-enlist sila doon. Then after enlistment, kailangan ng, sige, ito na. Bibigyan na sila instruction on how to pay. So kung buo ng isip nila na mag-engage with the training, punta na tayo doon sa payment and billing na. Doon ay may mga specific instructions na kaya na marireceive from us, from me specifically. Nandoon lahat ng mga kailangan yung gawin. Detalyado siya. Hopefully, talaga hindi kayo maliligaw because hands-on tayo dito. At siyempre, pati mga payment system. Paalala ko lang pala, for now, it's only through GCash, yung payments natin. Mode. Yan. Sa GCash, may mga instructions po tayo. So, for MCL students, ibig sabihin, mayroon siyang student number. May student number kasi siya. So, kailangan niyang student number muna. Okay? And then, yung surname and initial. Yan. Or, basta naman yan, may i-connect na siya. And the common account number ay ito, no? Ito yung common account number and gumamit yan. Please strictly use the email address payments@mcl.edu.ph for the send receipt to. So, importante itong mga maliliit na instructions na ito. So, you would be notified. And then, kung pagkatapos na bill sa GCash, through GCash na siya, then kailangan may mga items doon sa billing form, katulad ng item number 7. Sa billing form kasi may LinkedIn, may Coursera, may Odentes, and others. So, pag MOS, you need to choose Odentes. And you choose GCash as the payment option. Yan.
Okay.
Yan. Mahaba yan. Hindi ko na siya isa-isa kasi ko rin yan Sasabihin ko rin yan isa-isa doon sa those who are interested. Yan.
Okay, sir.
We hope na maging simple siya at makita sa webpage. Kaya lang siyempre at this time kailangan ng mga importanteng detalye na ito na magawa in order for us to be finally enrolled sa MOS. Yan. Madali lang naman. Yes.
Yes. Well, sir, the simplified instructions will be made possible by our amazing corp communication team. So, wag po kayo mag-alala about that. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Francis and Mr. Elvis, for joining us this morning and for sharing your thoughts on Microsoft Office Specialization to our viewers. I hope both of you have a great day and good luck to your future endeavors. Thank you, sir. Bye po.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Once again, those were Mr. Elvis Abaliera, the Director of Institute for Excellence in Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning, and Mr. Francis Hernandez, the co-founder and general manager of Adentes Technologies Incorporated. Thank you very much to our viewers from Facebook and YouTube for for joining us and participating in our Kahoot game and the Q&A portion. Gusto ko lang po ulit ipaalala din sa nanalo kanina sa Kahoot na kung hindi pa po kayo registered for our Viewpoints Plus this morning, mag-register po kayo so that our MCL team can contact you for you to know how you can claim your prize. To learn more about the MCL certification programs, you may visit our website, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our social media pages with the handle at Malayan Colleges to be updated on future certification programs and announcements that we have for everyone. Once again, thank you for joining our Viewpoints Plus today. I have been your host, Therese Makasaid, and I would like to express my gratitude to those who spent their morning with us on Viewpoints Plus. Be ahead in the industry, be a Microsoft specialist.